The first bit's not runnable for sure, but the rest is just swifts. So I'm just gonna line down here and hop in, hopefully. I feel pretty good about it, so it's either gonna go really right or really wrong. Oh, I lost something really important. It does hurt losing it a little bit. Hey everybody, Tyler here from Camp Kitchen. I just put in at the Mississauga Lake Dam. We're gonna paddle the Mississauga River. It's gonna be a fun trip, a really special one for me. We're gonna do some fishing, maybe some swimming. I've got a really beautiful campsite downriver that I'm looking forward to, and we're gonna test out some freeze-dried food. So stick around, stay tuned. This river is kind of a special little trip for me. This is one of the first solo trips I did around when we were selling the restaurant. I always like doing these kinds of trips because you can kind of measure how far you've come with how you feel with your experience through the trip. When I did that trip, I don't know, I guess three years ago, had a fiberglass canoe, did a lot of portaging. Actually rolled my ankle, sprained my ankle really bad. I got my Pocket Canyon from Esquif, paddle.ca, shout out to them. So I'm a little bit better equipped, even though the water level seems kind of low. When I put it at the lake up there, it seemed low. I'm sure there'll be some river to run. In the 21 kilometers, it has about, I don't know, 2 kilometers worth of portages. But I think it has 21 or 22 portages, so averages out to basically a portage every kilometer, which obviously if you have whitewater capabilities, that's some stuff's going to be runnable and some isn't. Last time with the fiberglass boat, I portaged every portage except for like one near the end and ended up putting a hole in the bottom of my boat that I was able to patch up, but not ideal. So hopefully we can skip some of the portages. Okay, so this is my first whitewater trip solo. I'm gonna make sure to scout everything well, especially in the low water, just to make sure it's not too rocky. Make sure I can successfully go down the river. So it is pretty rocky, but I think I can kind of hit that. So we'll see what down there has in store. Make sure there's enough water. Might be able to stay sort of to the left there. Take a look down at the last set. I might slide down some rocks, but I think if I stick left all the way down, it should be okay. I think I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna go right, left, left, left. Okay, that wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad at all. A little bit bumpy. This one seems maybe a bit sketchier, but I'm just gonna trust the boat, trust my abilities, and give her. Kinda gotta stay left here, but it's a pretty big drop. I remember my first river trip with scouts, we did this river, and I remember dumping here. Go nice and slow. Woo! A little bit of a rock slide, but that's okay. That was fun. This next one looks like it's gonna be a bit rocky. This is also my first solo trip after fracturing my knee, so that's exciting. I'm still having a bit of mobility issues with my knee, but let's get out and take a look. Well, it's probably a good thing that I scouted that, because I don't think I can go down that. Basically a waterfall. It's a 60-meter portage, so just walk around. Portage around that's done. Here. Only had to do one portage out of I think 4 by now. So I'm gonna get out here and take a look. Whoa. That is another waterfall. And a definite portage. Way too narrow. Beautiful though. Fall colors are stunning. This section is so shallow, I just beached up. I'm not sure if I could have went around. Obviously I didn't go the right way though, so I'm gonna actually have to hop out. Not warm at all. Okay. No. Oh, that was silly. I like to measure my progress, you know? Think about that 3 years ago when you did this trip, where you were at and now where you're at. Not just with your paddling skills and your outdoor skills, but in life in general. Beach up in the middle of a grassland. That is motivation to learn more. I feel like I probably could have went a better way if I was paying more attention to the water, and I wouldn't have had to get out in coldish temperatures. Gonna line a bit of this. I just dragged it over to a good spot. Last time I lined the canoe, I fell on my so hopefully I don't repeat it. fun. I don't know if it was less work than portaging, but more fun. I think I need to, get over stuck, so that's the good news. Bad news, I definitely don't want to go sideways down this. I just have to think and make the right decision here. Okay. Woo! Okay. I'm free. I mean, that wasn't ideal. I should have probably lined the rest of that. That's the price of learning, I guess. Make mistakes, learn from them. Doesn't change the fact that today is a beautiful day. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to stop for some snacks soon. This is a great river for my first solo whitewater because there's a lot of really easy runnable stuff, like some Swifts, some class ones. There's some bigger stuff too, but lots of just short portages. I'm pretty close to home and it's relatively low risk. Most of the rapids flood out into little grassland, wetland areas. It's a really nice piece of the Kawarthas, and I really love this little route. Gonna give her, looks pretty shallow, but I'm not sure if that's it, if there's something around this corner, so I'm just gonna go wide. There's lots of spots to pull off, so that looks okay. Well, that's 150 meters skipped. Portage. I just stopped off the side of the river here where it's nice and sandy. I'm just gonna grab a couple snacks out of my barrel and and just take a bit of a break. I've gotten past most of the short portages now, and the next section is quite long and it's very grasslandy and marshy. It's quite nice. So I'm just gonna have a snack, hang out. Got some bison steak bites. It's like little steak bites. Nuts and dates. These dates are super convenient. I got them from my friend from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And they're in 3-packs. They just tear off. And they're the best dates I've ever had in my life. Coming up to the campsite that I stayed at last time I was here, which is the first site on the river. That's why I booked it last time, is because I wasn't as confident with my abilities and I didn't want to get caught in the dark. I made a steak dinner. The fire pit there, which is right at the edge of the rock, kind of a cool spot. Made steak and bush stir fry, as I like to call it. And I fished on the point here. But yeah, I took the first site just so I didn't get stuck in the dark. Being a little more confident with my abilities and having the right canoe to drag over rocks and do a bit of whitewater, even though it's been pretty dry this time around. Definitely able to push on a little bit further. Such a beautiful day. It's kind of windy, but trees are dancing, the leaves are dancing. It's beautiful. We are at the longest portage of the trip. It's 525 meters. Which is not that bad, all in all. I'm just going to walk a bit of the trail. There is no river. There is pools of water. But there's another channel over there. Maybe I'll do some exploring. Although, I think that sign says no trespassing. Nope. Tom and Jerry Rapids. Okay. Tom and Jerry Rapids. It's a good name. Very cat and mouse like. Okay, let's go check it out. I mean, this is probably going to cost more time than it's really worth it. The portage is probably just a good option, but you know, you never know. I like exploring. We can check it out. I don't hear a lot of water. Because of its canyon sort of like nature, I don't know if I can get back up to the portage trail if I do need to get off because the water picks up. So I'm going to take my backpack and stuff my first load, and then if it looks pretty chill, then I can canoe the rest of my gear down, turn it into a single carry kind of thing. So we'll see. Here we are at the campsite at the end of the portage. I mean, it's a beautiful campsite, but I'm contemplating pushing on a bit further. It's only 2:30. As much as a beautiful site, it's a lot more beautiful in higher water. See this like kind of cool canyon that we're in here. It's real nice. There's just a trickle coming out of it right now. There's the one output here, the River Right channel that I was walking along that have lots of water, and then on the right hand side, River Left, that was the trickle, but it does break up in the middle a little bit. So I think I can paddle down that like 350 meters and then pull off. Usually you wouldn't be able to pull over and lift the canoe over, but I think I can do it, and it'll save me quite a bit of carrying the canoe. That's the falls that I would hit if I went down that River Right channel. I feel like I'll be able to pop out up here and carry down this here and put in over there, and then take out right here before that stuff. That's really quite shallow, so I can't go down that, but that would save about 350 meters of carrying the canoe and a bit of an adventure, so maybe we'll check it out. This could get interesting. We'll see. Just gonna paddle my way down a little bit and check it out. Just don't go over the waterfall. I bet you in high water, more of this is more ragey than it is right now. Definitely some faster water coming up. We're definitely not at that waterfall yet, so looks like the river's down, I don't know, like freshly down, maybe 6 inches. A little swift here. I don't know if it's going to be super bouldery, but find out. That should be the waterfall there, so don't go over that. Oh yeah, this really good spot to get out. Gotta love it when a good plan comes together, right? Probably not the first person to do that. Probably not the first person that really doesn't want to carry their canoe 500 meters. Would rather go through the trouble to carry it 150. Well, it's muddy. Did we save any time? Probably not. Did we get stuck in shallow rocks? Not yet. And did we save our backs? Yep. Did we save the bottom of the canoe? No. But that's why That's why I got the old Esquif out here. You know, takes a little more beating. Still try to treat it nice, you know. Try to treat it nice, but definitely wouldn't want to do that to the Novacraft. Pull off here and haul her up. The sun is out in full force now. Whew. And that portage is not an easy portage. A lot of elevation and very rocky. And this is the portage I hurt my ankle on last time, sprained my ankle. And with my knee, I'm still very cautious. I'm still seasoning anyways. I'm getting there. Another set of rapids here. Get out and look at them, but I'm pretty sure this is a small waterfall as well, so probably be walking around it. Floating from one portage to the next. The portage is only about 50 meters from the last portage. That's the waterfall. There's one more portage here, but I'm gonna fish here a little bit, I think. Try not to go over the other waterfall. There's some black flies out. Surprising. Get me. I'm gonna pull up here and scout this. That's like a long cascade. So definitely had to portage around that one. Just gonna throw a couple casts. Campsite on the end of this portage too. Portage campsites, they don't appeal to me much. Some old dam logs washed up here. See if you can see them. Yeah, right there. Big old square logs with big holes in them. Okay, well, it's about 4:15 now, and I think it's a couple kilometers to the next site, but it's all no portages, just chill paddling. temperature is dropping pretty quick as the sun goes down past the trees. The wind is pushing hard. Okay, so the first bit's not runnable for sure, but the rest is just swifts. So I'm just gonna line down here and hop in, hopefully. I feel pretty good about it, so yeah. It's either gonna go really right or really wrong, but the camp is on the other side, so I can dry everything out if I have to. Just gonna tether everything in well. See if I can do this without falling in. Oh, okay. This is not great. But I gotta get my gear. So it is what it is right now. Hopefully my gear got hung up. Take your time. It's okay. What's done is done. Don't make it worse. Okay. Now I gotta look out for my barrel and my bag. And if it's in here somewhere hung up, I don't know if I can stop, but we'll sort that out when I get there. Just gotta take my time and don't tip over because I've got a lot of water in here. Okay, I see my barrel pack, but I really need my orange pack. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I don't know how I didn't see that. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's gonna float down. I'm just gonna get through this water. I did what I said I wasn't gonna do. I said I wasn't gonna worry about it, but I did anyways. Okay, we're going backwards. That's okay. Oh. Okay, that's okay. Paddles there, barrels there, everything else is good. I'm at the campsite. Maybe I am gonna go for a swim. Oh man, that adds to the drama. Look at that. Just lost my shoe in the mud. Holy. Ugh. Do you know what? I would say that I regret that, but sometimes lessons have to be learned that way. Doesn't really matter how good this site is. This is where I'm camping tonight. Gotta go get my barrel. I think that's the only thing that came out. Man, talk about feelings. That was like a Saturday night dinner service right there. I just saw black. It's kind of the coolest thing is when you you're so intensely focused on something that nothing else matters. Everything gets blocked out. You know that every single decision you make is so being counted on. Even though, well, that's exactly like dinner service too. You know you shouldn't do something, or you know something's gonna burn you or bite you, and you do it anyways, and you get bit. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, I'm not gonna touch my pack. I'm gonna go all the way down and I'll catch it in the eddy. And then I grabbed that pack. As soon as I took my paddle out of the water, I lost control. And I started going backwards and I got pinned and rolled. And it could have been worse because I was on the wrong side of that. Like I was on the downstream end of the canoe, and I just lifted my feet, lifted my arms up and tried to pull the canoe off me. Luckily I was able to grab the canoe. Geez, luckily I was strong enough to stop the canoe from going down the river. That took a lot of power. When the canoe was full of water at the very first rapid and that rope came to, I was like, I'm not letting go of this. I might be floating down. It's not a bad spot. It's a little bit small, but that's okay. I only have a small tent, so I'm gonna bring my gear up. Bone dry. I'm in warm clothes, got most of my chores done. Just got to get a fire going and get some water boiling for dinner. I thought that I made it down without losing anything, but I lost something kind of important. Well, really important. I know it's not really important, like in the grand scheme of things. I'm safe, so that's good, but it does hurt losing it a little bit. I lost my wedding ring. Been carrying this thing around for 10 years. I don't know if it fell off up at the top when the boat filled up with water, and when I was lining it, if the rope pulled it off, or if it fell off when I dumped, or if it fell off when I was doing something at camp. I just noticed it when I was getting firewood. And the other side is that I'm really lucky because, you know, there's a titanium ring, so if it would have got caught on anything on the way out, it could have really hurt my finger. Maybe it happened for a reason. I guess it's replaceable. A fire going, get some water on, and get dinner going. That should go up good. So for dinner tonight, I've got shepherd's pie poutine. Good comfort meal, especially when you take a bale into the river. This will warm me up real good. I really want to try to test out as many of these freeze-dried meals as possible when I have the chance. Cheese curds are sitting right at the top of the bag there. Mashed potatoes, and then the shepherd's pies underneath. Give you a closer look. Got the beef mix, mashed potatoes. It's basically going to turn into a stew. That's a stick. Don't need the stick. I've kind of slowed down the past month on a lot of things. My nan was really sick, and she was in palliative care for 3 weeks or so, and she passed on Tuesday. Tuesday gone, and it's really hard for my mom. It's hard for everybody, but especially hard for my mom. She's been taking care of my nan for, I don't know, 10 years, really since my pop passed away. And I think that was about 16 years ago. She was really sick, so it's hard when someone's suffering. And the past couple years, especially as I've been going down this road, learning about the outdoors and doing things like going hunting and fishing and camping and canoeing, I would often ask my nan stories of my pop because I didn't get to know him that well in that setting. So she was my storyteller for that piece of my family history that I never really knew. And so my nan's gone now, and that's gone too. And I think that's the hardest part. Oh yeah, that's comforting on a cool fall night for sure. Done all the big portages and all the big water, so tomorrow I should be able to run pretty much everything. They're all like large swifts. They're gonna be like small swifts, so I guess the only way I won't be able to run something is if it's too shallow. Do a bit of a tidy, put out the fire, and I'm gonna crawl in the bed. Starting to cool down and it's getting dark. I'm gonna get cozy in my sleeping bag. Good morning. Got up this morning. It was pretty chilly. Snoozed in the sleeping bag for a while until the sun was poking through the trees, because it was pretty cold last night. It was quite windy, shaking the tent pretty good. So yeah, this morning I just got up. I made breakfast. I'm having the backcountry breakfast skillet. Made coffee, sat by the river for a bit, just tore down camp. A couple more things to clean up, but pretty much gonna eat, drink the rest of my coffee, and get on the water. So it looks like rehydrated. It's pretty good. Super good. Oh man, that's really good. This is a winner for sure. Oh, that's good. Sun's coming up and hit my face. This is nice. Okay, so I put up in Mississauga Lake, just above the dam here, and I portaged around the dam. This is where there's a lot of cottages up in here. And then once you pass this section here, there's not as many cottages. There's a couple sets of rapids and a couple little pools or ponds. Then there's a long stretch of wetlandy marsh here, all the way down. That's where the first campsite was, where I stayed the last time I came down this river. Came down through here. These were the 3 big, long, cascading falls that I had to portage around, all 3 of them. And I continued down. And here's the portage that maybe I should have taken, but I lined down and I'm camping right at the end here. Today I've got some wetlandy marsh part of the river to paddle down, and then near the end there's some more swifts, but no more big waterfalls until we hit this dam. And once we hit the dam, we'll have to portage around that and then paddle down the rest of the way. Now the takeout is right here. There's a parking lot here, but I think I'm going to paddle all the way down the river through into Lower Buckhorn Lake, and then I'm going to paddle down to the lock 31 here, and that's where Cassie's going to pick me up. I've been thinking a lot about the experience I had yesterday down that last set of rapids, and I think the biggest mistake I made, and something Tosh taught me about last trip when we went down to Spanish, is when I'm lining, I need to let it go. Just let the canoe down and then pull it back in. And when I got down that first little falls, I didn't let enough slack out to let it continue down the river. And when I pulled it back, or when I was holding it, it came back and fell into the rapid and filled up with water. And if I would have just let it go down the next little set of swifts and then got my footing where I was going to load in and then pull it back up, I don't think that would have happened. So it's something I need to work on. Obviously, it's not good putting yourself in situations like that, because bad things or worse things could happen. But I'm safe, I'm good. And on the grand scheme of things, this river is not remote by any means. So the risk is pretty low, all in all. So if I was going to start learning by my mistakes, this is a good place to do it. That's why I picked this river. And it also makes me think about, maybe next summer or the summer after that, I'll be doing this river again and seeing where I've grown and been able to get some new skills, and so I'm excited for that too. Incredibly blue sky, not a single cloud again. The colors are beautiful amongst the white pine and the hemlock and the spruce and the cedar. It's gonna be a good day. Great blue heron. That's my favorite part of river trips. Just turning the bend and seeing a brand new beauty. Through that portion of the wetland area, and the river is narrowing significantly, and I see some swifts ahead, so that's exciting. Hopefully this portion I can skip some of the portages. Okay, it's a portage here, so with the water being so low, it's like a lot of these probably would be runnable if the water was higher, but they're so bouldery that it becomes pinpoints. I'm gonna get out and take a look. Oh, it does say waterfall ahead on the sign. So, it's a portage. portage here, but it looks pretty tame, so I'm just gonna give her. There's one portage skipped. This is a fun little run too, actually. I think I have to slow down more. I think I'm just trying to barrel through it, and I'm forgetting the most important thing is control, because as soon as you let the river start pushing you around, I feel like it just doesn't work. I mean, it might work for some people, but it's not working for me. And maybe in time it'll work for me, but I think I just got to slow my pace down and stop letting the river take me. Do some back paddles, not petals. Back paddles and cross draws and slow everything down. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I did it. I bet you nobody's cut that away, because in higher water you probably could just go right over it. Looks quite rocky, so I'm just gonna take it slow, approach it properly, line it up good. Bad. Not bad. Can't really tell, but it looks like there's a swift up ahead, but looks like there's a tree down. Yeah. This might sound really stupid because of what's already happened to me this trip, but I am going to line down the first bit, and then because it's real thick up there, so I don't know if I'm gonna almost fall in. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the canoe up that ledge, but I can walk across the shore for a lot of it. So. Goes. There's the bridge, so that's the takeout. I'm gonna keep going. Oh yeah, you can hear the road. In the summer, people come here to go tubing. They tube down into Upper Buckhorn, and it's very busy. Yeah, there's like 15 people standing up there. Looks like they're doing like a group hike or something. The end of the river will be upon us shortly, and what a beautiful section of river it is. Really glad I skipped the the takeout and went a little bit further. It's a beautiful day. I'm just taking it in. Thanks for always interacting with our media that we create. It means a lot to us. We want to constantly be educating and be real and show our vulnerability and our learning and our mistakes. And whenever you're going to learn something new, you're going to make mistakes. Kind of sucks that I lost my wedding ring. Still thinking about that. I looked a lot more this morning, and I think it must have slipped off when I was in the water. Okay, we're getting to the end of the river now, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for some upcoming adventures, and I hope you like this one.
Welcome home, Daddy.